We have officially encountered the blizzard of 2021. You probably can't tell it, but it's snowing a lot. We don't usually see much snow around here, but there's some pretty deep snow, you know. I'm not. That's good. Going back in. Abort! Abort! At least it's a balmy 42 degrees in here. Wow. Whew. 48 degrees in here. I don't have anything to do to this car hardly, but I figured I'd turn the camera on and shoot the breeze. Got a little bit of a leak right there. That's cool. That's standard. It'll be fine. I haven't really done anything. I put this cool switch in here. Well, it won't work worth a hoot unless you get the battery on. So now you can turn my lights on by that. I did get the seat fully mounted. I think I told everybody that. Got our hooker harnesses installed. And those go like on this bar right here. And you see, let me see if you can see what I see. Do you see what I see? You see how this tab has got the seat belt going back through and that way? That's the way it's supposed to be ran if you're wrapping them around. But anyway, hooker harness has got a instruction picture thingy-majig to tell you how to do that. Ratchet. That's cool. That really gets you snugged up. That pulls you tight. I don't need that. We're waiting on parts. You know how it is. You can only get them as fast as you can get them. What we got here? Plug that back in. B's on his way out. He don't live too far from me, but he's probably having fun in his Jeep right now. I can zip tie that. That's that line I just did. Some heat shrink around it. Zip tie that up. Get rid of that little dangler there. But that's pretty much wiring complete. Everything's on a plug. So yeah. But you need to fire it up. But oh, we got some headers we can put on it. We need to you know, they ain't got nothing. Daisy's over there eating the snow. How's that taste? Is that pretty good? Yeah. Is that pretty good? Yeah. Oh, rah. Better get him. Better get him. Better get him. Better get him. Ooh, punched him. Dog fight. Better get him. They love each other so much. We can put some old headers on it. We got some old B-mod headers. Water pressure gauge, water temp gauge, oil pressure gauge. Down here, oil temp gauge, right there off the block. Pretty cool, zip tied up. I got some clamps coming from my multi-fire wires. The only thing I don't have, fuel pressure gauge. Now on this Super Bowl, there isn't anywhere to tap into it, and you don't run a regulator, because normally if you run a regulator, you can just tap in, there's an 1/8 inch pipe fitting on it. But nowhere on this thing am I seeing any 1/8 inch pipe stuff, you know, provisions for this. And back here, I mean, normally, this is where our bypass return, and you'd run a regulator off that and return back to the tank, and you'd regulate your pressure right there. Well, I capped that because this thing wants all the fuel pressure, all of it. So I thought, well, why can't I just come off of this? This is a number 8-8. Number 8, some sort of fitting coming off it with an 1/8 inch pipe. I'll see if I got something like that, but I have to adapt it down or something. Waiting on the power steering pressure side. My buddy CJ, Jones Racing Products, he he's making a hose for us. Now on the return side, tank side, we'll call it suction, I guess. Yeah, it's return. Not pressurized. But the pressure side, you know, that pump creates quite a lot of pressure. So we're gonna make sure we have a really good hydraulic line, I mean made for high pressure, on that side. Eliminating all these failure points before they happen, because you know how we are. We got the worst luck I've ever seen. Most racers will tell you that anyway. But we're gonna try to eliminate all that crap, because we don't need no failures. We need lots of strong, consistent finishes. And that's what we're gonna try to do. Get this all tight. Got our lower radiator hose on there. Got these real nice clamps. You know, I mean, they're if you're doing a hose clamp, that's the best you're gonna get right there. But we opted to go with the AN style. My buddy Zach Dom made that hose for us, so appreciate that, bud. Should be able to use that hose for a long time. And I'm gonna get another radiator and hold down and a Dominator fan shroud and have that all done up. That way, if we ever have problems, we undo that, take that off, take these bolts out or drill these rivets, whatever, slam another one in, and we're done. But that Dominator fan shroud turned out pretty good. Only thing we had to do, I just cut this all the way. It has a little bit sticking out. I cut that all the way because this fan was getting kind of close, and we want to run our fan real close. So I just cut that off. Made me a little filler piece right here. Close that off. Let it really pull some air through there. But yeah, that was, I mean, plug and play. You set it up there, drill some rivets. Simple. I mean, it's got its provision for your hose clamp. It's got everything built in it. So holler at Bentley over at Dominator. He gets you hooked up on some of that. Sorry, my nose is running. It's freaking chilly in here, and you know how it is when it gets cold. I need to be down in Florida or something, racing some speed weeks. That's about over anyway. Let's see. Oh, did I ever show you the releases on these hooker harnesses? So I struggled a lot with these. Just standard seat belts. So you cinch yourself in. I'm gonna pull myself down here. Like that. Pull myself tight. Okay, I'm good and tight. Now at the end of the races, you normally got like a little tether sticking off here, and you raise that up. It's all bound up, and you're like, ah, screw it, and you just throw it off, and you go to put them back on. Next time they're tight. Well, with this, you pull up here, push down there, just like that. Boop. The simple things in life. So thank you, Hooker Harness, for making that easy. They also got some pads on these, like a gel, real heavy gel pad. Goes right across your lap. Yeah, that's something I've been missing. Didn't know I needed something like that. Plus the ratcheting device, I already showed you that, but I mean, you talk about lock you down tight. That baby will. You ain't going nowhere. You pull that however far out you want. Anyway, it just gets you in there real tight. You got to worry about sliding, adjusting your seat position during cautions because you done slid out the seat. I know everybody's been down that road. Got the helmet pumper set up, ready for B to hook me up. I'm gonna find a way to get this right here. Not a lot of room right here. Once you get in, you're fine, and I can get in and out okay with the helmet and all that. But I wind up dragging my leg right there. With a one-piece suit, it's not no big deal, but like today, wearing these real comfy sweatpants, I'll pull my britches right off getting out of there. So I thought if I push that up there, just like that, I mean, figure out a way to hold it, that would, you know, give me a little more clearance, you'd think. I may not do nothing with it, but me and Brian was looking at it, thinking about what we could come up with. Man, I love how those lights, though, I mean, you can't, I mean, for 20 bucks, actually it's 30 now. It's got the 3M adhesive, and I just run a zip tie around it. Several places, just to hold it. But like looking at your brake bias gauges in that dark staging area, you're thinking, all right, I need to make sure my brakes are whatever you want, and can't see them, especially right there, shadow. Well, now you ain't got to worry about it. I ain't talked a whole lot about the gauges. These are all waterproof. Oil pressure, water temp, fuel pressure, oil temp. This is one that I should have had last year. Water pressure gauge. Man, I'll never go without one of those again. A couple switches down here. How you doing? Pedal setup down there. I'm gonna probably work on getting those. Man, I'd like to push them back a little bit. I'm not gonna get too excited about it. I'm pretty comfortable in the car, but you can, oh, I found the screw that I lost a while ago. Depending on where that's at. Yeah, I can screw this that way a little bit. Or do I go the other way? Yeah, I can screw that in and pull that pedal this way. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna get them back far as I can because I'm feeling back here on this clevis. You can run this rod here all the way back to you're almost touching back there. I mean, here, just a little bit will give you a bunch down there. And it'll rotate inside the master cylinder so you don't have to do anything silly. Man, it is. We're not used to this kind of snow. It's just like, you know, like you got the sideways rain. You can't even freaking see. You got the sideways snow. And Brian practices tigging skills, which wound up our buddy Tony Palmer. Hey man, this ain't no dog fight club. Tony Palmer, our buddy, call him Slick. He welded that up for us right here. Basically just added on to one of these short rods we had with a piece that we cut off before. Made that longer so we can come in here and attach on the bumper. There's going to be another tab on our bumper, and that'll just run that like that. Hey man, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Y'all got stuff everywhere. Look at that. Got that shop rag. Yeah. I wonder how that happened. I don't know, Dad. Anyway, that'll give us some support. Yeah, lay down, take a break. Dang kids. The other kids in the house playing video games. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Mike over at Dynamic Drivelines. Let's turn that a little bit. Easy for you to say. Mike makes a really nice piece. More than just carbon fiber stuff. He does any kind of custom driveline you need, but for us, we're going to run carbon fiber from here on out, just for the simple fact, if you bust a drive shaft, I don't want to have to worry about that thing coming up at me and knocking my elbow off. You know, the price for that's way cheaper than hospital bill, plus the no using that anymore. And also you got, obviously you have rotating weight. Strength, I mean, I would assume a carbon fiber is stronger than a steel. But anyway, shout out to him. Appreciate him making a good product, and we appreciate buying it. We don't care to spend money on good stuff. You get what you pay for. What else? Already showed you the rear end, the DMI Bulldog rear end. Talk about a nice piece. That baby, man, I just like to stand there and stare at it. And a Superior fuel cell. It's a wedge style. And what else? I haven't really gave a shout out to Jack and the gang over at Bren, but that's a Bren Predator. I don't know if you guys have researched much into them, but that's all lightweight, gun drilled shafts. It's a real nice transmission, and if we ever need one serviced, rebuilt, whatever, we send it to them. They got a quick turnaround. But the best part about them is their customer service. I mean, they are amazing. Jack, man, I appreciate you. You went above and beyond for us. Any questions you have, man, holler at them. Doesn't matter who you talk to. Most of the time we talk to Jack, and man, he's a good guy. So shout out to Bren for being a great American company and really taking care of their customers. And that's the same way with just about anything that's on this car. Mike at Dynamic, Chad over at Weir's, DMI, Bulldog, great people. KSE, the fuel pump we sent over, asked if we could get them done pretty quick. They're really in a rush. They did. They called us, let us know when they were coming back. They got it done for us. Of course, AFCO, Corey, appreciate you, man. You do a lot for us. Longacre, kind of all in the same family there. Who am I missing? Craig and Tommy at Multi-Fire. Chad Mullins, man, you make a hell of a piece. I can't wait to fire this up, but he's been more than helpful. Of course, Brad and Kyle at Kryptonite. Well, they're not at Kryptonite, but they're dealers. Brad and Kyle Moore, they put this car together for us. Freddie and Tyler, Corey, those guys over at Kryptonite. Hell of a bunch of people. I mean, everybody that's on this thing, they're great people. Who else we forgetting? Neil over at Hooker Harness, great guy to work with. Glad to be running their belts. Glad to buy a great American product. A great support. Who else? There's some stuff that's not on here yet. Can't forget Joel over at Close Racing, another great company. And they make good stuff. You gotta go check them out. You can call him, message him. I have plenty of times. CJ Jones over at Jones Racing, another, I mean, I'm not joking. The stuff that's on here is on here for a reason. They are just good companies, good people. There's more. Dave Hammond, can't forget old Dave, especially here with the air cleaner. Dave's got us a bunch of good products, and not to mention the setup plates. I mean, we're gonna use and abuse those. Chad's got the Ultra Force by Weirs. We had to have one of those. Man, they're good pieces. Like I said, you get what you pay for, and good American companies is what we're looking to spend our money with to help support, you know, our American companies. So if there's somebody I forgot, I apologize. This feels like one of those victory lane speeches. I'm just getting it out of the way, you know what I mean? And last but certainly not least, Craig over at KBC Graphics does a killer job on these wraps for us. I mean, there's our last couple years there. You guys, if you follow the channel much, you know how good these cars look, and you know that I like orange. That's gonna be no different here. We're gonna change it just a little bit, but Craig, man, you do a great job. And if anybody's interested in getting a great wrap done, KBC Graphics on Facebook, kbcgraphics.com, on the old interwebs. Look him up, tell him we sent you. Great company. Thank you, buddy. I don't know, when B gets here, maybe we'll get into something, but figured I'd just shoot the breeze with y'all. I should do this on live. That way you can, how you doing, buddy? You just following me? You can ask questions while I'm doing it. I can do, I think. Here's the problem. This is all steel garage, right? There's no service in here. Once I figure out how to do this, it may be before, you know, warm weather before I can do it. When I have the doors open, then I got service. But I don't know. Maybe I'll premiere this if I can figure out how to do that. I did it once. And it was almost like live because we could talk back and forth. So here I am rambling on for 19 minutes. What else? I don't know. We'll get to doing something. We'll probably make it a two-part video. When B gets here, we'll do something. We'll tear something up. My nose won't quit running. I appreciate talking to you guys, and I really like to make a back and forth conversation with it. So we'll figure out how to do that one day. Just trying to think if I'm forgetting anybody, because there's people that like Tim Love over at Tire Demon. I mean, what a good product. I mean, we used the crap out of that machine last year, and I don't know why we didn't have one sooner. Just, and a great guy, great person. Anybody that knows him tell you the same. He's a racer. Shout out. How you doing, Tim? Man, anybody else that's watching this, it's a great American company that would like to be anywhere in or around this thing. We'd love to have you. Help you, you know, sell some products. You know, you don't have to give me something. I don't care to pay for stuff. But you know, every little bit helps. I mean, that's why we're doing this thing. Plus, help out, you know, fellow racers. You got any questions and stuff? We don't know everything. We definitely tear some stuff up and do some stuff wrong, but we'll show you when we do it. You know, I ain't scared. But been a great journey so far, guys. So I just want to give a shout out to each and every one of you guys for watching, commenting, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to share it. If, you know, talking to your racing buddies about it. Tell them about the old number 7 garage. Maybe they'll get some enjoyment out of it. So I've been rambling here with the heat going. I know you can't hear where the crap, but thanks guys, that's all I can say. Thanks to the companies, just thanks to everybody. All right, so I'm done. I'm gonna go put a good dip in and turn on the TV, wait for Brian to get here, and think about what we gonna wanna do. What are we gonna do? We'll do something. All right guys, on the next one, we'll get back at it. We appreciate you guys. So shout out, high five.